Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. I'm Devin Howard.
And I'm Madison Hill.
And this is Hollyscoop's Just Saying, and we're feeling the love today. We're both wearing pink. It's Valentine's Day, but there's one person who's not feeling the love, and that is Logan Paul.
And we're not feeling the love for him either.
Surprise! I can't really say we're surprised by any of this, actually. Anyway, we're talking about Logan Paul because just recently he posted a casting notice he posted several casting notices on all the different casting sites that you could pretty much be on.
Yeah.
Calling for, in one of them, a pale-skinned, blonde-haired woman, and then in another one, he was casting a real albino woman. And TMZ posted an article about this, and people have a lot to say about it.
Right.
There's a lot of different reactions, and I know we have our own opinions.
Yeah, absolutely. I think what's interesting is that his first casting notice wasn't offensive in any way.
No.
And then he changed it to almost be slightly offensive. So I'm like, Logan Paul, you're moving in the wrong direction here, buddy. Like, you should have gone the opposite way, but instead, he made it worse.
He made it worse. And just to clarify, just in case you guys didn't understand, so the original casting notice, like I said, was that he was just casting a pale-skinned blonde woman, which is pretty standard in the casting world. You cast for a certain look.
Right.
And then to go and post later on a new website that you're looking for a real albino woman, I don't know. I mean, I personally don't actually feel that this is really offensive. I'm not an albino person, so it might be, but that's the nature of the casting world. There's constantly notices that are looking for, you know, a person of color, an Asian woman, a 5'2" Asian man. I mean, they're looking for a very specific thing. So if Logan was needing to cast for something very specific and that was an albino person, I think he has every right to look for that.
Yeah, I think as long as, I feel like he just maybe could have worded it a little differently. Like, I agree. Obviously, in the casting world, you're always looking for that one specific look. I mean, even judging by his first casting notice, pale-skinned blonde woman, like, we could technically submit for that because we are pale-skinned blonde women.
Yeah.
But the fact that he was like a real albino woman, I think is where people are having a problem, where I personally have a problem, because I'm just like, you could have said that a little differently without being like, must be albino.
Right.
I think that's where it's like you draw the line. It's like, appear that way, but he just had to take it one step further by like, we really need you to be real.
Like genetically a real albino
Yeah,
person.
like it's just, I don't even think he knows the word genetically, to be honest, but yes, exactly.
Yeah, so I think that that's where a lot of people are finding issue with this casting notice, is because he did really specify it needs to be a real albino woman. So somebody said, they posted on Twitter and said, so this guy Logan Paul is casting an albino woman for $100 for a comedy video. $100, come on, Logan.
Yeah.
And then they go on to say, quote, I think he needs to stop because nothing can go well with a white guy exploiting a genetic disorder whose track record seems to be on a downward spiral.
1000% agree. I think this person summed up the situation perfectly. If Logan Paul hadn't been doing so many wrong things, I don't even think this would have made the news. I don't think anyone would have cared.
Right.
But everyone's just waiting for his next mistake, and the fact that you post a casting notice like that, everyone's like, yeah, something's gonna be wrong.
Right. I know. I think the timing is not ideal for this casting to go up.
And $100, I agree with you. I'm like, Logan, that's not really cool.
You're gonna pay $50,000 to KSI for fighting your dad. You can afford to pay your actors a little more.
Exactly. Another Twitter reaction said, quote, spoiler, this Logan Paul albino stunt is going to horribly backfire. Amen.
It will, and it already has. It already has backfired. People are talking about it. TMZ is reporting about it. But then there are, of course, as there always are, a few people who are saying, what's the problem with this? And, you know, I guess I sort of have that same attitude just because of what I said before. You're looking for a specific type. The only problem, or I guess a problem that I can foresee happening, is if Logan uses an albino actor as the subject of a joke, which wouldn't be fair or funny. Anyway, somebody wrote, in defense of Logan Paul, they tweeted, quote, his management team put out the casting call, and what is wrong with it since he's making a video? That makes no sense to be acting like this. You know there are casting calls all the time asking for specific people for specific roles. Now you're just being stupid. So this person clearly sees no issue, and it's true, it probably did go out. I don't think Logan was on the casting sites typing it up himself.
However, I think when you've already had so much public disdain and people are waiting for you to fail, why would you even give them something to complain about?
Right.
That's what I don't understand. I'm like, Logan Paul, you have created a multi-million-dollar empire from YouTube. You have got to be more intelligent than you're putting on.
Yeah.
I just can't believe it. I don't know.
He just needs a new publicist. Logan, if you're hiring, I'll help you out because I think I can clear up a lot of these messes right now. I would do a pretty good job.
Right.
Another person wrote, quote, on Twitter, they wrote, quote, I don't see the problem with him hiring an albino woman. It's just like hiring any other woman for a cast. Oh, just because Logan is hiring her, it's bad. Please grow up. If it was any other artist, you wouldn't be complaining. And I have to say, I sort of agree.
Right.
If it was Steven Spielberg casting an albino woman for a movie role, nobody would say anything. In fact, people would probably applaud the opportunity to give an albino an actor the exposure, you know, and the chance to do something like that.
I actually think that you're 100% right. I just personally am those people who are jaded by Logan Paul, and at this point in my mind, I just feel like he can't do anything right. I might be wrong for thinking that way, but at least I'm saying it. I'm being upfront. In my mind, when Logan Paul posts something like this, I automatically take it negative. I have nothing in my brain when I saw that was like, oh my gosh, like, wow, he's promoting diversity. No, I literally saw it, texted it to our producer and was like, oh my gosh, look what he's gonna do now.
Right.
So I am totally one of those people who just automatically thinks from this point on, anything Logan Paul does is probably not gonna be great, which might be bad, but he's not really given me a reason at this point to think otherwise.
And I feel you on that, and I totally agree with you on that. He's in a position right now where everything that he's doing is being scrutinized, and he's not choosing the right time to cast this type of role, and I don't know, I think that's, I mean, exactly what you said, that's the reason why TMZ reported about it, because they already know he's under fire for so many other things, and nothing he do is ever gonna just kind of slip by calmly anymore.
Yeah.
So
at this point, I'm just hoping that the casting is for something that's going to empower somebody and not make them the butt of the joke.
I hope so too.
That's where I'm hoping at this point.
Right, I definitely agree. But it's Logan Paul, and I don't envision him writing any sort of role or creating any sort of part that empowers anyone.
Yeah. But himself.
So,
he would write a role that would empower himself.
I mean, he already empowers himself. Who gets 1 million subscribers in the 3 weeks that they're gone from YouTube? Okay, Logan Paul.
That was a really good impression.
Like, I'm really good at impressions. It's one of my skills. Anyway, I'm really curious about what you guys all think. Do you feel that Logan's casting notice is racist? Is it not? Sound off in the comments. I want to hear all about it. Don't forget to subscribe to Hollyscoop. We'll see you next time on Hollyscoop's Just Saying.
Bye, guys.